So I figured that maybe we'll start the introduction to irregular verbs. The end of the chapter, I started on chapter 3 of the textbook, and at the end of the chapter, it gives like 3 irregular verbs, which are like different. Like they're not stem changers, they're just different. So I figured that we go over them because there's only 3 of them. And then that is the end of chapter 3. And then I figured that we wouldn't really do too much with chapter 4 because we only have 3 days left, and I don't want to send you guys out of here like being completely confused, especially if you don't have to take Spanish again. So, and I have a little bit of practice with those. It's really not a whole lot. Like, we'll definitely get it done. And then I'll go over what I assigned. What I just assigned would probably be the end of like the assignment. So you guys have a couple days to get things done, stuff like that. I don't know when the final grades are due. Nobody told me yet, and nobody shared like a document with me yet to put them in. So I don't know. But I'll definitely let y'all know when I find out when all that stuff is due, so you know when to turn in like your final grades. Your final paper, not papers. Wow, your final assignments and things like that. So yeah, the last part of chapter 3 is just like common irregular verbs. So some of the most common irregular verbs are like you use them every day, like in tons of sentences, and you don't even realize it. So they're just verbs that don't follow the usual pattern of conjugation, which is what we just learned, like where you take the AR, ER, IR off, you're left with the stem, and then you add the endings on. Those are regular verbs because the stems don't change or anything like that, and they all follow the same pattern. So these verbs aren't hard, especially since we already know how many what am I writing? Especially since we already know how many verbs work in the present tense. Okay. And then the book starts us out with with 3 common ones. So that's what we'll work with today. So they give us hacer, which is to do or to make. It means both of them. Ver is to see, and salir, which is to leave or to go out. So hacer is a really, really common one, obviously. So, and then this is just the conjugation of hacer, and hacer is only irregular in the yo form. All of the other ones are completely regular. So the first one is yo hago, and that's the irregular one because the C changes to a G, and I'll explain why they do that then. And then you have tú haces, él, ella, usted hace, nosotros or nosotras hacemos, and then ellos, ellas, and ustedes hacen. So you can see yo is the only one that's irregular. Like there are ones that change in the yo form, and then they also have a stem changer. But this one is just the yo form is the only irregular. And then there is to see. So this one is also irregular in the yo form. Like the other ones are completely normal, and I think they included this one because there, if you do what we usually do and you take the ER off, the stem is literally V. That's all that you're left with. So if you went with that, it would be yo vo, and that's really weird. So they don't do that. So it's yo veo with an E, and then tú ves, and then él, ella, usted ve, and nosotros, nosotras vemos. I'm sure that you've heard people say like nos vemos. That means like see you later. So that one's a pretty common one. And then ellos, ellas, ustedes ven. So again, this one is only regular in the yo form. You can see we add the es, e, hemos, en to the v, which is the v is literally the stem. So it's just irregular in the yo form. And then the conjugation of salir is again irregular in the yo form. I think that that's what they were getting at here, is that they were doing verbs that are only regular in the yo form. So we have yo salgo, which you can see that one adds the G like hacer. So yo salgo is I leave, and you see that adds an O. Tú sales is you leave. El, ella, usted sale is he, she, you formal leave. Nosotros, nosotras salemos is we leave. And ellos, ellas, ustedes salen, which is they or you guys leave. So again, you can see this one is only irregular in the yo form too. The rest of them. Oh, you know what? I messed this up. Trying to get out of this. I don't know why I did that. I made this last night and oh, give me one. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, so this one is actually Salimos. I don't know why I put that in there. Yeah, it's Salimos. I was like, that sounds really weird. Well, that's why. So again, you can see that that's an IR verb. So again, we do that. And then like just a little bit more of an explanation on these things. So you're probably thinking that these verbs are not so different than the regular ones. Wow, I missed it. And you're right. Like I said, most the ones that I just showed only change in the yo form, but they are irregular. And salir and hacer only change in the yo form. So does they only change in the yo form, and they do this simply because of pronunciation. So if you would say, like, if you wouldn't change it and you would say like yo ako, it would rhyme with like yo taco, which, and that's just really weird. Like if you use that in a sentence, it would sound like very harsh and very forced. So that's why they don't say it. And then you could say like yo salo, which that kind of sounds weird either. So hago and salgo just flow better in sentences, and that's literally why they do it, is for pronunciation. It's the same thing with ver. Like you would say like yo vo, and that's just weird too. So they say yo veo because it just flows better. And that is literally the only reason I can think of as why they do this. And that's always what I was told. And they also included ver because it's such a short verb. So like I said, the stem is literally V. So other than the like the veo, the yo form, it's irregular. And then there is a whole other section of verbs called stem changers, but that's not what these are. That's like a whole other thing. So I tried to do them like all at once last term in Spanish too, and like it was hard, and I don't think I'm gonna do it like that again. But what was that?
No, I ain't say nothing.
Oh, okay, sorry. But I have some activities here. I figured that we would just do these three. They're only like 5 questions each on each verb. So they're really easy. So this is with hacer. So for this one, we have Marta y yo, and then we're going to put hacer 200 kilómetros a la semana para ir a trabajar. So Marta and I travel 200 kilometers a week to go to work. So Marta and I, we. So what do you think is going to be the right one?
Let me see. It's a Martha and I, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I think it's just a plain E, right?
It's hacemos, right? It's because it's we.
Oh yeah, hacemos.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So for the next, yeah, these are all hacer. So we have yo blank horas extras todos los meses. So it says I do overtime every month. So what do you?
Yo hago. Yo hago.
Hago. Yep. Mm-hmm. Remember that one's a little bit. That's where it's a little bit different. And then the next one is blank ustedes descuentos. So it's saying, do you offer discounts? So ustedes. Which one of these goes with ustedes? You guys.
Hacemos.
Hacen, right?
Hacen. Oh yeah, hacen. What's that? Hacen.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And then esa marca blank perfumes de gran calidad. So it's saying that brand makes high quality perfumes. So that brand is the subject, it. So what do you think goes with that?
Hace.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And then for the next one, los médicos blank huelga So the doctors are on strike. So the doctors is our subject. What do you think? They. They. Hacen. Yep. And then yo blank lo que puedo is I do what I can.
Yo hago lo que puedo.
Yep. And this azo here, that's like in the past tense, so I don't know why they put that in. Yay. Okay. So we were right.
Can you cut the light on? That's the wrong one.
And then this exercise is with salir, which is another one that we went over. So it's tú por la puerta principal. So you leave by the front.
Tú sales.
Sales, yep. And usted normalmente blank a comer a las dos. So you usually go out to eat it too. So usted. What do you think? Usted.
Usted sales.
Sale, right? Just sale.
Oh, sale.
If it was two, it would be sales. But remember, usted just ends in an e.
Okay.
Okay. And then ustedes blank por las escaleras de emergencia. So you go out the emergency stairs. You guys, ustedes. What do you think?
Salemos.
It's salen, right? Because it's you guys. So it's the
yeah, I keep getting them confused. I'm not even gonna lie.
No, that's okay. It is kind of confusing when you first learn. So yo blank de clase a las 7 de la tarde. So I leave class at 7 p.m.
Yo salgo.
Yep. And mis amigas y yo blank a bailar esta noche. So my friends and I are going out dancing tonight.
So now that one is bailamos, right? Or no?
Salimos.
Yes. I say bailamos. I'm looking at the wrong word.
No, that's okay. If it was bailar, bailamos would be correct. But yeah. So los niños blank al patio a la hora del recreo. So the children go out to the playground at recess. So the children is our subject. So they. What do you think?
The children sales.
Salen, right?
Salen. There you go.
Yay, we're right again. So and I have one more. And this is with there, I believe. Yeah, it is. These are all, they're all in the present. So nosotras blank la vida pasar. So we watch life passing by. We. What do you think? Is it going to be ven, vemos, veo, or ves?
Nosotros. I would go with ven.
Vemos, right?
Nosotros. Vemos. Oh, yeah, that's nosotros. So nosotros is amos. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. All right. And then.
See that word? I keep getting nosotros confused with ustedes.
That's okay. It will happen. They're both plural, so it makes sense. But it would be like nosotros vemos and then ustedes ven, like with an N.
Okay.
Actually, ustedes is right here. So ustedes blank la boda real en la tele. So are you watching the royal wedding on TV? So is it going to be
usted ven? This VEN. You gave it up.
Yeah, I did. I didn't even see that the second one was ustedes, but that's okay. So Carmen blank jugar a sus hijos en el parque. So Carmen watches her children play in the park. So Carmen is the subject, she.
Ve.
Ve. Yep. And then yo blank a Juan todos los sábados. So I see Juan every Saturday. I.
Yo veo.
Oh, I put the wrong one. Yep. And then usted blank bien desde ahí. So do you see well from there? Usted. What do you think?
Usted. Usted ves.
It's just ve, right? Because tú is ves. Usted, right here, is ve.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, these things are very easy to get confused when you first learn them. So tu blank el amanecer desde la playa. So you can see the sunrise from the beach. You is tu. So what do you think?
Tu ves.
Ves. Yep.
Yes, there you go.
Yep. So that's it. But yeah, those were the only verbs that I went over today, just because we're almost at the end here. And
So question, is there only Spanish 2 and that's it?
I believe so, yeah. Yeah, because they didn't ask me to teach like Spanish 3 or anything like that. So, and I did look at the schedule for next class, and it did say just Spanish 1 and 2.
Okay.
Are you